Good morning and welcome back. After yesterday's video of building the Verossa, there wasn't much actual driving and noises going on, so I think we'll start this video today with actually getting in this thing and taking it for a spin. Oops. Video off with an apology for the lack of updates. I've been rather preoccupied with sorting out my office, which is why the GT86 is currently in a mess full of all the rubbish. Also, I've been sidetracked with doing a bit of work on the skyline, which you can see over there. I'm not going to show you too much of that because that's going to be a bit more of a in-depth blog on what I'm doing with that one and future plans. But today I'm going to be fitting some new seats into the Verossa. So without much further ado, I'm going to get this thing set up so we can see what I'm doing, get the seat out, make some frame rails for it, and get it all fitted up. Okay, so I've got this thing in the workshop now. It is going to be a pair of 14s on the front. I'm assuming going to be 14s on the rear. We'll get the seat out and start making up some frame rails to get this thing sitting as it should do, because the RECAROs are base mount. So it should be pretty simple setup for this. But the thing is, I'm tall, I'm 6'1", so I need to be able to make sure these seats sit low enough that I'm not going to hit my head on the ceiling when I have a helmet on. So that's going to be the main issue with this build, I think, but we shouldn't have much of a problem. So let's get things started. Here we go. Okay, let's get these little puppies off. I'm sure with the right amount of pressure, it should just pop off like that. Woo. Okay. Okay, so that's the bolts undone. Now it's going to be the fun part of disconnecting the electrics and actually getting this thing out of the vehicle. And it looks like everything's at the front. Would be, wouldn't it? Okay, so theoretically, this should just come on out. Depends if that's attached. Jesus Christ, this thing's heavy. Ooh. That's an impressive amount of weight. Right, let's have a look at the seat rails. Okay, I've never really been one for cutting up things unnecessarily and wasting, but I think if I can use these rails somehow, this may be advantageous for me. But it's going to mean destroying these seats. So, well, honestly, I don't think it's going to be that hard to make up a frame for this anyway, so I think I might just leave these rails as they are on the seats, at least then I've got the option to put them back in if I don't fancy using them on daily drive. So let's go and make something up. Right, so this is my box of runners, sliders, decent metal to make, apparently the base of my TV, decent bases to make rails and frames for vehicles on various cars that I've done over the years. We should have enough bits and pieces in this box somewhere to make something to fit the Verossa and the RECARO seat. So I'm going to have a little dive through this and see what I can find. Well, that hasn't ended well. Unfortunately, I don't have all the parts necessary I need to be able to make up a rail for this thing. So I'm going to only have to be able to make one today, and I'm going to have to order another set of universal sliders like this for the passenger seat. But for today, let's just get the driver's side made up. I've got some flat bar ready to go. We'll make the seat rails up for that, put the sliders on it, and then mount the seats to it and see where we're at. And this is one part done. That is a 3mm thick bar. My universal runner shall go on there. I'll bolt all that, and that'll be good to go. Now to make the other side. Excellent. Okay. And there we have that one all made to shape. I'll just bolt them in. And just like that, we have these seat rail frames now mounted to the bottom of the seat. So next thing I'm gonna do is get this thing back in the car, offer it up to the rails that I've made, probably tack weld them in place, and then take it all out, weld it all out properly. Okay, so after struggling, I have noticed one little thing. The seat was sitting too low for the adjustment to be held onto whilst you're sat in the seat. So I did manage to find this thing. It's just a little spacer. So all I'm going to do is unbolt this one, bolt this one into it, then bolt that one onto this, and then that should be the seat hopefully raised enough so you can get some adjustment to slide it back and forth. As I said, I'm 6'1", so I need to be able to get backwards and forwards. So yeah, let's get started. So that is the seat rail spacers all bolted onto the seat now. All I'm going to do now is tack weld the rail to the bars that I've put down, take it off, then buzz around everything properly so everything shall be able to bolt and unbolt once I'm done. Right, let's get this thing set up and do a little bit of welding. So there we have beautiful RECARO seat. Sits nice and low for me, sits far enough away from the steering wheel for me as well, and pedals is absolutely perfect position. What I'm going to do now is take this thing out, weld up all the points that I've done fully now, take the seat off so I can get to it without blowing any holes in any fabric, and get this thing all buttoned up. And then next time it's going to be a change of steering wheels. My steering wheel's arrived and it is lovely. So we'll leave it there for now and pick up the finishing off this tomorrow and doing the steering wheel. So see you next time.